Bitter criticism. We are doing this show right here in the night with the boys Peter Touch and Mimi and Tommy. Woo! Such a great talk show. This is a talk show. And Mursi. That's Mursi. Yeah. Beautiful. So great. Pepe. You know what I just remembered today? This very day I was walking on this in Viña, the only one, Viña del Mar, and I was crossing from just because of nothing, you know. I take a bridge. I take a bridge, and I saw oh, I forgot the word. I saw well, I don't remember. When you have a key to open up I'm going to find on the internet. Look, and this is Peter Touch in love with me. Woo. Oh, I don't remember the word. Well, you know, when people want to make a statement, a forever statement about the beloved ones, they put a padlock, you know, a padlock just like this one. Look, I didn't smoke today. I'm just going to smoke next month, in 1 month ahead, and that's it. So look, this is a padlock. I'm not sure if you can see that. A padlock. Well, people, I guess everywhere, they take these padlocks for love, you know. And well, I took one padlock, one orange one in that bridge, this walking bridge for people, and I put my name letter, Tommy letter, Mursi and Milu, and I lock it there. So and the padlock is still there. The padlock is still there. So a silly comment, but I thought it was cool because back in that time I didn't knew that Tommy will be my dog in the. And well, Tommy's such a great dog. He's kind of problematic over there, just with big dogs. So this time we are going to make a regular talk show. It's not a talk show. Well, it's a talk show with Pepe Escobar articles. What about that, Pepe? GlobalSouth.co. GlobalSouth.co. China designs an economic roadmap all the way to 2029. I guess I read that from Pepe Escobar Telegram. July 22, 2024 in China. The plenum could be easily interpreted as a calculated exercise in Taoist patience when the term reform appears no less than, oh, I read this, 53 times in the final communique. That means, contrary to Western proselytism, that the CPC is dead, set on improving governance and increasing efficiency. Calma, Tommy. Well, I just read this. I will have to. I'm going to find another article. Oh, that's it. Maybe that's it from Pepe Escobar on Telegram. Nothing new, Tommy. Tommy have to pay for his sins. Tommy destroyed the paw from a German Shepherd long time ago. I guess that's it. That's it. Well, no articles from Pepe Escobar. Maybe there's some small articles, small posts, small posting, like in French, not in French, Pepe. Uh, a retweet from some Telegram. Rerum Novarum, Intel breaking news Telegram. Anyway, you conduct a genocide for months. You get a standing ovation in the United States Congress, and you tell them to unleash war on Iran. That was one post, a very small one, and a lot of languages, Italian, French. Pepe Escobar, China, peacemaking superpower, Iran Saudi Arabia deal. This is good for I will steal this. I will steal this and post on Facebook. China, peacemaking superpower, Iran Saudi Arabia deal. All Palestine Beijing declaration. Oh, this is bad spelled. Beijing is Pepe missed the E, Beijing, but it's said Beijing. All Palestine Beijing declaration. Now Kiev wants to negotiate. Yeah, that's the best news. Ukraine wants to negotiate. And well, that's it. And now there's a quotation from Nietzsche. There's a quotation from Nietzsche on Pepe Escobar Telegram, and says, "The most intelligent men, like the strongest, find their happiness where others will find only disaster." Yeah, definitely. Like the spider quote, the chaos for the fly is the spider harmony, spider way of life. That's why I live with the spiders. I guess a spider bite me, yeah. And well, I didn't die, of course. Anyway, the most intelligent men, like the strongest, find their happiness where others will find only disaster. In the labyrinth, in being hard with themselves and with others. In effort, their delight is in self-mastery. In them, asceticism becomes second nature, a necessity, an instinct. They regard a difficult task as a privilege. It is to them a recreation to play with burdens that will crush all others. Tommy, cállate. Well, I guess I will make a bitter criticism on Pepe Escobar. The question is, Pepe Escobar is kind of petit bourgeois, Pepe Escobar, because he's from the first decade of cancer. He's like Gemini. Pepe Escobar is like Gemini. He's a Gemini Cancer. I'm talking about astrology. Well, Gemini people, they are absolutely right wing. They are they like luxury and stuff, consumerism, and that's Pepe Escobar people. It is the comrade Pepe Escobar. He loves luxury. He hates Rasta dogs. He hates you, Peter Touch. we will be happy to listen Peter Touch, but as I didn't smoke today, I'm not so happy. I'm not so interested in everything, But there's a news on Russia Today talking about Zelensky. Look, Zelensky definitely not lost legitimacy, but yeah, it's not so exciting. You know what happened? You know what happened to journalism these days? The U.S. election campaign. That's it. The U.S. presidential election campaign screw up the world. Yeah. So we have another bad characteristic of Pepe Escobar and all journalism in general. That if you like journalism, you like disasters. If you like journalism, you like war and chaos. And yeah, so stupid news or regular news are not so exciting. There's a very deep question, a deep philosophical and contradictory question about, I don't know, humanism, humanitarianism, journalism, humanitarian journalism. Understand? Do you got what I said? If journalists only have a job, work with violence, whatever conflict, journalism is happening. If there's no conflict in the world, what will be journalism? So journalism is kind of suicidal. Anyway, I like, and well, but my opinion, criticizing journalism is nice. It's not dangerous. Look, just like this one. Look, what I just said is that because of the United States elections, journalism or geopolitics is cooled down. There's nothing happening. So Zelensky definitely lost legitimacy. Kremlin said the Ukrainian leader's status could potentially be an obstacle for future peace talks. Spokesman Dmitry Peskov has said. We have a file photo. Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky is Volodymyr. Well, Russia Today missed that. It's Volodymyr, not Vladimir. Well, who knows? I'm not fluent in Russian. Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky's dubious status will pose a problem when Moscow and Kiev eventually agree to hold peace talks, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters on Wednesday. Earlier, Russian President Vladimir Putin questioned Zelensky's legitimacy, noting that his term in office has formally expired. Quote, "Our president has repeatedly said that President Zelensky definitely lost his legitimacy," Peskov told journalists. Another issue that could seriously hinder the peace process is Zelensky's 2022 decree that banned any Ukrainian head of state from engaging in talks with President Putin, Peskov said. Kremlin's presidential term formally expired on May 20. He refused to hold an election in March, citing martial law imposed due to the conflict with Russia. He argued that his mandate has been de facto extended in accordance with Ukrainian law. Putin stated several times in recent months that analysis of the Ukrainian constitution and other legislation leaves no room for an interpretation that will allow Zelensky to stay in power. There's another news, more interesting. Look, read more. Ukrainian foreign minister says Kiev ready for talks with Russia, China said. Anyway, citing Article 111, the Ukrainian constitution, Putin argued in May that Zelensky's powers should have been transferred to the Speaker of Ukraine's parliament, the Verkhovna Rada. Verkhovna Rada speaker, Russian Stefan Shuk, however, has insisted that Zelensky is the legitimate head of state and argued that whatever questions this legitimacy is an enemy. Earlier on Wednesday, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Mao Ning told journalists that Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba made it clear during his trip to Beijing that he was ready and willing to hold peace talks with Moscow. Moscow has responded by saying that it will wait for the details of the Ukraine position. We have not heard such statements from Kuleba himself, Peskov said on Wednesday, adding that negotiations are more preferable to the continued hostilities. Negotiations between Russia and Ukraine broke down in the spring of 2022, with both sides accusing each other of making unrealistic demands. Well, I guess these journalists just smoke weed. It's kind of super boring. I guess Russia today, as a whole, today they smoke a lot of weed because they are absolutely stoned, and there's nothing interesting here, unless Elon Musk article. Look, woke virus killed my son. What? My son? I didn't know that Elon Musk has a son. But he is Elon Musk saying, July 24, 2024, Home World News, woke virus killed my son, Musk. The billionaire says he was tricked into giving consent to puberty blockers for his child that were actually sterilization drugs. What? So Elon Musk has drug problems. We have a photograph. Tesla CEO and ex-owner Elon Musk. Tesla CEO and ex-owner Elon Musk has claimed that his son Xavier, who is transgender, has been figuratively killed by the woke mind virus, which he has vowed to destroy. Yeah, even Elon Musk. Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess wokeism is disappearing. To this very day, right here in Chile, I just saw this on Instagram on some news page. There's Galgo, the speedy dog Galgo. People right here in Chile, they like race these dogs. They like race them because they are absolutely fast. Well, of course, there's wokeist people against Galgo races. And well, this time Galgo breeders, Galgo trainers, they made a protest against these wokeist people right here in Chile. So yeah, this is nice. Oh, I thought, I saw that news just one hour later. I thought to myself to go there and give my contact to train these dogs. Anyway, I never trained a Galgo. Tesla CEO and ex-owner. I just said that. Speaking on Tuesday to Dr. Jordan Peterson, a Canadian psychology professor known for his commentaries on various contemporary issues such as transgenderism, Musk was asked to comment on sex change operations being performed on children, which both he and Peterson described it as evil. Yes, who knows what's happening in the world, if somebody is behind this, who knows? Maybe the so-called 2030 agenda. I'm not sure if you know that right here in Chile that's famous. The just like I said, the 2030 agenda. Anyway, but who knows? I guess it's just stupidity. I guess it's just capitalism. That's it. Wokeism is just capitalism. It's just they are just making profits. Ecology is just capitalist. That is very clear. Capitalists, the bourgeoisie, they want people to die. They want the masses to get weaker and weaker. And if these masses want, and if they need to, I don't know, to stop drinking milk, to stop eating meat, that's a great project. Make people weak by being vegan, and that's it. That's my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions. The first person I listened saying that, it was, as I always say here, Rui Costa Pimenta from PCO in Brazil. Speaking on Tuesday to Dr. Jordan Peterson, a Canadian psychology. Yeah, evil. Wokeism is evil. So, is Elon Musk a comrade? I don't think so, but he's right here. The billionaire said that he had a personal experience with the practice, specifically with Xavier, who now goes by the name Vivian Gina Wilson. Once I just joke about that about this operation on my social media, and people get paranoid about it. People get very impressed. But it was only joking. I tweeted that I was ready to start going to psychological sessions to change my sex, to make a genoplastia, to have a vagina. But it was just a childish joke, a good one, I guess. The boy took his mother's last name and has said he no longer wishes to be related to my biological father in any way, shape, or form. What a stupid kid. Oh yeah, Elon Musk is cancer just like me. If he's having such bad experiences being billionaire, what the hell can I do? What the hell will I do if I have a child? Quote, it happened to one of my older boys where I was essentially tricked into singing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This is before I had any understanding of what was going on. COVID was going on, so there was a lot of confusion, and I was told Xavier might commit suicide if he doesn't. What must said? Peterson noted that notion was a lie right from the outset, suggesting that Musk had been deceived by the doctors. Quote, incredibly evil, and I agree with you that the people that have been promoting this should go to prison. Musk responded, noting that it wasn't explained to him that the puberty blockers prescribed to his son were actually just sterilization drugs. I guess Elon Musk should have more kids. That's it. Go to Brazil and have a lot of kids with beautiful women. Don't come to Chile. The Chilean women are all terrible. They are all crazy. You will regret forever. Chilean women, they are worse than woke sterilization evil doctors. I guarantee you. Go to Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, and that's it. Central America, Nicaragua, and so on. That definitely. Well, I will do. Puerto Rico. Who knows? Um, Quote: I lost my son essentially. They call it dead naming for a reason. The billionaire continued. The reason it's called dead naming, the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. My son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus. You know, at that point, I have to recognize that if you have a Chilean family, it's a great business to dead your name. You know, I'm trying to be a Russian guy, Alexander Buletova. I'm trying to go away from this country, this rat hole, and I guess, but I'm not changing my sex. You know, not changing my penis, my precious penis. Uh, but that's it. Culturally, I guess there is good reasons to go away and never come back. I'm not sure if the United States or South Africa or wherever Elon Musk consider himself is that the reason for this problem. You know, and there's more. There's astrology. What is the sign of Elon Musk's son? I will just check it out later. I lost my son essentially. Yeah, the woke mind virus. Quote: I vowed to destroy the woke mind virus after that, Musk said after an extended pause, noting that he has already been making progress toward that end, without specifying what exact measures he's taking. Well, Elon Musk is kind of a weed smoker. Maybe he was stoned by that time. The question is, his son was a failure or not a failure, but maybe he is a trans boy, and that's it. He will be a fashion designer or whatever, you know. This is not the great problem. If Elon Musk wants to have more kids, a masculine kid, it's totally possible, you know. Maybe Elon Musk women is crazy like Chilean women. So keep trying, Elon Musk. Yep, keep trying. Forget about your sissy boy. Forget about your sissy boy, and keep and try again. Previously, in an interview with the Babylon Bee in 2021, Musk had also called the woke mind virus one of the greatest threats to modern civilization, and described it as a world without humor. A world without humor. Yeah, definitely. You know, a very toxic world. A poison toxic world. Very toxic. It's very stupid too, you know. These wokies, sissies, they understand nothing about law, you know, about the real world, about law in the real world. I would say real estate, but that's another thing, you know. Last week, Musk announced that he will be relocating the headquarters of both SpaceX and X from California to Texas in response to a new law forbidding teachers in the Golden State from telling parents if their children identify as transgender. No, but reality also, you know, this is a lie from Elon Musk. Elon Musk is going to Texas for the same reason as everybody, or Phoenix, because California is getting too expensive, even for billionaires. I guess for more reason, most importantly for billionaires like him. So is not California. It got so expensive that is a bad business to be there. Quote: this is the final straw, Musk wrote on X after the bill was passed, describing it as an act on both families and companies in the state. He also noted that he had quote, had enough of dodging gangs of violent drug addicts just to get in and out of the building. Oh, what? Yeah. Had enough of dodging gangs of violent drug addicts just to get in and out of the building in California. That's the real situation in Los Angeles. In the United States of America, the country of the freedom, referring to the rampant homelessness, drug abuse, and crime plaguing San Francisco, where the ex-headquarters are located. Yeah, I know that. Well, I'm going to ask ChatGPT, what about Elon Musk's sons? How many sons Elon Musk have? How many sons Elon Musk have? Is oh no. I guess how many sons Elon Musk have? Elon Musk, he says he has 7 sons. So what's the problem? Xavier is now known as Vivian Gina Wilson after a gender transition. But he has more. Look, Nevada Alexander Musk, who sadly passed away as an infant. Well, I guess it's 2 left. No, I guess Elon Musk know what to do. Griffin Musk, maybe Griffin looks like a male name. Kai Musk, Saxon Musk, Damian Musk. Well, X-IE often refer as to XIE. Anyway, additionally, Musk and his former partner Grimes have a daughter named Exadar Cedarel Musk, who also known as Y. Well, I guess Elon Musk is a drug addict too. Look at these names, AI stuff. Anyway, so yeah, if you get too much money, you get crazy, I guess. If you live in California, people are crazy. I'm going to read some from politics, just forgetting about American crazy people, and just reading politics again. Back to politics. Bradley Blankenship. There you go, Bradley Blankenship. Well done, Bradley. So this article is going to be nice. It's going to be a good article as usual, I guess. July 24, 2024. Home World News. Harris is a stronger candidate. Harris is a stronger candidate than Biden, but is she strong enough? The vice president has the edge over Trump in certain respects, but struggles in others. By Bradley Blankenship, an American journalist, columnist, and political commentator. I hope he has sisters and aunts. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris arrives for an NCAA championship team celebration on the South Lawn of the White House on July 2024 in Washington, D.C. After President Joe Biden stepped aside from 2024 presidential election, a wise decision given his disastrous poll numbers, and after a pitiful debate performance versus former President Donald Trump, Vice President Kamala Harris now appears to be taking the Democratic Party's reins. The California native, former prosecutor, senator, and failed 2020 presidential candidate has now taken over the Biden campaign's apparatus and has secured most of the names necessary to take the nomination for president at the Democratic Party's National Convention next month. She appears to be seen as a step up from Biden, with the latest PBS Maris poll showing Trump ahead by just 1 point, though within the survey's 3.5 percentage point margin of error. Another Reuters Ipsos poll released on Tuesday has Harris at 44% to Trump's 42% in a head-to-head though thought within that pool's 3-point margin of error. Finally, a Morning Consult poll has Harris behind Trump by just 2 points, compared to Biden's then 6-point deficit. The question of her running mate is in the air, but Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro are the favorites, according to AP. I like this surname, Shapiro. It means shepherd. Is a German surname. I like very much that. There's a lot of Shapiro people in academy too. Anyway, and in skateboarding too. The key question now is whether Harris can defeat former President Trump. There are some compelling arguments for and against, with a slight edge to her disadvantage. On the positive side, the Democrats are eager to move past recent decisions and rally behind Harris. The party's national convention is approaching, and the election is just over 100 days away. Harris, as the first woman, Black, and South Asian vice president, generates significant excitement. Her campaign raised $81 million within 24 hours of Biden's announcement, reflecting strong support. Harris at 59 contrasts sharply with Biden's 81 years, addressing concerns over age and cognitive acuity. Trump's own gaffes and advanced age 78 make this a significant issue. Despite Trump's resilient "Make America Great Again" base, he remains broadly unpopular. The Hill and Decision Desk headquarters polling average shows 53% of Americans view him unfavorably. His loss of the popular vote in both 2016 and 2020, along with his being linked to the Capitol riot and to various legal issues, make him a vulnerable opponent. Democrats believe Harris can effectively make the election a referendum on Trump. Harris has been at the forefront of defending productive rights. Just a minute. Democrats believe Harris can effectively make the election a referendum on Trump. So what a weak situation. What a stupid argument. I thought that Democrats want to be elected, not just be 24/7 thinking about Trump, So that logic says that Trump already won. Anyway, Harris has been at the forefront of defending productive rights since the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade in 2022. This is a strong campaign issue for Democrats, with the abortion rights side winning every statewide statewide vote on unrelated measures. Her potential to be the first female president sharpens the abortion debate. On the negative front, Harris has low favorability ratings, with 56% of Americans viewing her unfavorably. This is worse than Trump's ratings and suggests a lack of broad appeal. An Economist YouGov poll showed twice as many independents viewed her unfavorably as favorably. Harris' 2020 presidential campaign was underwhelming. She struggled to gain traction and ultimately withdrew before the Iowa caucuses. I don't know what's caucuses. I don't know what's that. Critics worry that the name issues, questions of authenticity, voter connection, and staff infighting could resurface. Her candidacy raises questions about whether America is ready to elect a black woman as president. While Obama broke the racial barrier, sexism remains a challenge. Harris faces attacks that her supporters reflect a double standard, contributing to her low approval ratings. Immigration remains a significant vulnerability for Democrats, and Harris is closely linked to it due to her role in addressing migration from Central America. Despite improvements, unauthorized border crossing remains a contentious issue. Trump and the GOP are likely to exploit this association. Her path to the presidency is bolstered by party unity. Her unique candidacy and Trump's vulnerabilities, however, are her low favorability ratings, past campaign struggles, potential voter biases, and association with immigration challenges pose significant obstacles. Given the latest antics with Trump, he seems to have the clear edge at this point. And that's it. The statements, views, and opinions expressed in this column are solely those of the author and do not necessarily represent those of Russia Today. But you know, I got this feeling that I'm sorry, but I got this feeling by reading Bradley Blankenship article that he prefer Kamala Harris. I just have this feeling in the latest paragraphs that Bradley Blankenship actually won World War III. They won World War III. Well, what can I say is that if Bradley Blankenship have sisters, aunts, female cousins, and beautiful neighbor there back there in Prague, if they want to survive, not to die in war, well, I'm single. But Bradley Blankenship, if you want World War III, go to hell, go die in war, stay in Czech Republic, you will see. Stay there in Czech Republic, Bradley Blankenship. To me, it's just too much, World War III is very important, and Bradley Blankenship didn't say nothing about World War III. So I guess Bradley Blankenship, as a regular American, is always trying to defend his country, but American, they are stupid, they have nuclear weapons, and what the hell they are going to do, just destroy everything, destroy America. The Russians will destroy America, that's it. They're always saying that. Americans or Russian people, they have the ways to destroy America. You should pay attention to that. It's true, you know. And yoga time or tummy time. Well, I forgot to put some Daniel Jadwe's podcast. Daniel Jadwe is in prison. Nobody remember this country. And that's it. I guess Bradley Blankenship is trying to defend America militarily, but he's crazy. There's a passage in history when there was Nazism and Einstein was alive, struggling with Nazism and lack of recognition from his high school teacher or elementary teacher. Well, and Einstein had this great idea. I being ironic that in the first place make the bomb, make the nuclear bomb. What a genius, isn't it, Einstein? What a genius was Einstein, creating nuclear bombs. Clap, clap, clap. Congratulations, Einstein, you are a genius. Well, and what's next? He gave the nuclear weapons to Americans. Americans, these great people. I'm being ironic. I just want Czech Republican, beautiful women, beautiful blonde, light brunette girls. I don't know how to say castaño. Anyway,